I am live. I'm just realizing I don't have my sheet music with me. I'm gonna have to go get it. um, Hi, come on in, have a seat. I'm gonna run grab my sheet music. I'm gonna go also post this link. We're not starting for about 7 minutes anyway, so feel free to fast forward to the spot where you need to go to, and I will post the link up on our website, and people will wander in. They'll see my blank chair here, and they'll be like, "What the heck's going on?" And then it'll be funny. So let me go get this posted real quick. All right, our website is jollyrogerukulele.com. We are preparing to tackle week 2, which is the good week in ukulele. First week is stuff we just have to do to build your toolbox. Week 2, we actually get to start playing songs with the advanced toolbox, and it's good stuff. So hopefully you will come and join us every day from now on and become a famous ukulele player. And when you pick up your Grammy, you'll say something like, "Wanted to thank Gary for teaching me how to play ukulele." That's my plan. Somebody's going to win a Grammy, and they're going to mention me in their speech. All right. I'm going to go grab my sheet music. Whoever is wandering in here, let me know if the sound is good, and then also in the chat bar. Oh, I know. I'll put it in the chat bar. Running. Whoops. I like to capitalize things properly. Running to get my sheep music. BRB. Be right back. Look at me being all internety. Okay, so I'll leave that there. I'm going to grab my sheet music. I will be back in just a second. Sorry, everybody. I thought I was prepared, and I left my bag in the other room, and so here we are. Who all wandered in here? Hi, Lynn. Good afternoon, Donna. All right, here we all go again for a new week. This is the beginning of the in-depth work that we'll be doing, and uh, we're going to start in 4 minutes. And in the meantime, my morning didn't go as I thought, and so I made myself this lunch to go to take, and I didn't go. So I'm going to sit here and have a bite. I'm wearing shorts till the last possible moment. In my real life, never wear shorts. Never wear shorts ever. um, and then the pandemic came around, and I thought, well, I'm just staying home all the time. I'll just wear shorts around the house. Since then, I bought 2 pairs of shorts. I'm wearing sandals. The whole thing is going. The whole world is spun off its axis. If I'm wearing shorts, and so yeah, yes, I'm wearing shorts. Beautiful day here today. Beautiful day. The air they're claiming is better than it appears. Let me check the latest. Right now, air is showing up at good, a 6. It says it's a 6. doesn't look like it's a 6, but I think it's better than it's way better than it's been. So I'm actually able to breathe for a change. Um, um, let's see. Bridget is in. Brigitte, in Florida. Apologize. I'm still not doing it right. You're supposed to do this. I'm learning. And Melissa's in from Boulder. Lynn is in from New Jersey. I have a question about the bar chords and the hand position. Should your knuckles ever be below the fretboard plane? Are we talking about the bar like this guy here? So in my mind, this would be ideal, Lynn. So yeah, my knuckle is definitely below the fretboard plane. Could move it up. And I probably, especially with my knuckles where they're starting to get grow a little bit because of arthritis. Uh, Moving them higher up is probably not a good choice. Moving them further down, but it does take a little bit more oomph from your thumb to play it the lower they are. So am I at all addressing the question that you have? Um, that's where all of my knuckles are basically there. I think for me, the big issue is, boy, on a bar, I got to get this as flat as I can. Meanwhile, I got to get these guys as rounded as I can so that they don't lay on top of the strings below them. And really, at the end of the day, it's really about this part of my hand's posture that's going to match. And yes, but the knuckle that is closest to the palms. Oh, this knuckle. Oh, you're asking, should I be pulling it back underneath here? Um, Probably not. I think they're basically going to be right in line with. I think you're talking the parallel line that runs along here. I think is what you're talking about. Um, and so, yeah, I would say what's happening here is I got to get a flat bar on here, and then along through there. Okay. So basically, that's the plane that we're talking about. And you're asking me, hey, can I come back here? I suppose the reason I'm not kind of against that is notice what happens with these guys. See, they're in this nice round position so that they're coming down vertically onto the strings for the most part. My ring finger's a little bit of an angle, but the idea is that I'm really playing on my fingertips. And then this is rolling around, and then I'm adding in a bar here, right? And when I get everybody the way I want it, that's where my knuckles are hanging out. If I pull them back and just watch what happens with these guys, if I pull this back at all, they start to flatten out. Okay, there's definitely just a almost a one-to-one relationship. So the further back your knuckles are, the flatter your fingers are, and the more likely it is you're going to be leaning up against the string below it. So that would be my thought. Is basically it's having these knuckles basically being plain right down underneath here. Yeah, because when I'm doing even open strings, I like those knuckles to be right basically underneath there. When I go to a bar chord, nothing. This collapses because this has got to be flat. But other than that, everything else on the hand stays the same. Yeah, so these knuckles are definitely and basically in a straight plane underneath the fretboard. So yeah, it's a fascinating conversation, Lynn. I don't know if I'd ever really given it a ton of thought, but yeah, that's exactly what's going on there. So um, here's what I know is that for some reason, ukulele has been very popular for people my age and older lately. And part of that is we can actually do it. But there's also this challenge of as we are let's not use the word aging, as we are going through our days, um, our hands do get some, just our whole body ends up with just things that it's we're gonna have to deal with. And I do think, don't count yourself out if you've got some arthritic fingers. I have one student right now whose fingers are just all crazy the way the arthritis has taken them, playing at a high level. I mean, really, it's um, you may not ever get the purest tone that you were like, perfect tone, but you might. And I do think, minor adjustments here and there with your hand, and all of a sudden you're playing really well and it sounds really good. And it's just part of that challenge, which I think should be exciting, hopefully. So, all right, one last bite of tomatoes and cottage cheese with pepper. That's my daily breakfast. Mm, those are good tomatoes. Those must be farmers market tomatoes. Today we move into, for those of you who are newer, into My Spaghetti Monster. So let's pull that up. It's under M for My Spaghetti Monster. What we're going to be doing with this one is beginning chord melody. And there is nothing that I teach that I'm more proud when my students do it as when they play a song with chord and melody at the same time. And it all starts with Spaghetti Monster. We started last week with Frere Jacques and with this key of C scale, remember? Playing just one note at a time. Now, when you bought your ukulele and you wandered through the internet hoping to find a way to play it that wasn't going to be hard, you probably ran into lots of "I've been working on the railroad." You ran into a lot of that type of music, but you ran into very little of playing notes one at a time. And so when you meet me, you're like, why is he teaching us this? Why aren't we just singing and strumming everything? Well, the reason is so that you can play at the highest level, which is chord melody, which is shutting your mouth and having the ukulele do the entire job. And one of the reasons we do that is if you go through YouTube looking for the really, really impressive YouTube videos, they're always going to be playing chord melody and almost never singing. And so our patron saint, Jake Shimabukuro, that's what he does, chords and melody at the same time. I'm teaching you a system that will lead to you bumping him off the stage. And so it begins with Spaghetti Monster. So the first thing on Spaghetti Monsters, there's chords here. We'll talk about them. But for the most part, we're going to ignore them right off the bat. Let's learn the song. Why would you want to learn a song that you've never heard of that Gary wrote? The reason is this is going to make your ukulele sound amazing. And when you get down and you get the whole thing put together, you'll have a nice, legitimate tune with major chords, jazz chords, Hawaiian chords, and rock power chords all balled up into one little song. So you'll have all these different chord variations. But as you look through the piece of music, you'll see a whole lot of zeros. And you have figured out at this point that playing zeros is a real good thing, right? You're going to be pretty lucky to, when you see zeros, you're like, oh, thank goodness, I know I can play that note. And so you're going to have a song that sounds really nice that nobody else knows how it goes. And when they find out you're taking ukulele, the first thing out of their mouth is, "Hey, play me something," and you have something that you can play that's going to sound amazing, that's not too hard, and they can't sing along with it. Because when you play something that they can sing along with, they start singing, and all of a sudden you feel like you have to keep up with them. And as a new musician, that never is unlikely to go well. So. Um, um, Thank goodness. Good thing it's after harmonica. And I was like, what is Melissa talking about? In harmonica, we have to brush our teeth. You can't eat before while you're playing harmonica, or your harmonica ends up with your breakfast in it. Thanks, Melissa. All right, let's play the melody. Okay, so then when I say melody, you are looking at the ukulele melody line. Okay, and the first measure is blank. That's our count in 1, 2, 3, 4. And then measure one says my spaghetti, and it's going to be a zero on the third string, then a zero on the second string, zero on the third string, and zero on the second string. And then you're going to hit a three on the first string under monster. Okay. Then you're going to repeat that same idea, sort of, but when we get to measure four, instead of playing the threes, we're going to play the twos. Let's play measure three. Go. Open, 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 open. And now play your twos. Measure 5 and 6 is all zeros. Play. Measure 7 is 2 and 3. And then measure 8, it's also a 3, but it's on the other string. So just bunny hop your ring finger over to it and pluck it. Okay, and now that's a long note. It's a whole note. So it takes 4 beats. The entire measure is just one note. And then on to measure 9, you're going to play a 1 on the second string. Then you're going to play that same string open. Then you're going to play a 2 on the third string. Play that same string open. And then go use your ring finger to play a 3 on the second string. We'll repeat that whole idea exactly the same in measures 11 and 12. Play the 1, play the 0, play the 2, play the 0, play the 3, again, and then almost the same here. Play the 1, play the 0, play the 2. This is a little bit different. 3, play the 3 now, and then bunny hop it to the first string and play the top. Okay, so we're going to play that the whole thing through several times until we start to hear the music coming out. Okay, so I'm going to count in 4. We're going to go really slow. If you miss a note, you don't care. You move on to the next note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 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 oh. 3, 3. Oh, 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 oh. 2, 2. Oh, 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 oh. 2, 3, 3. 1, oh, 2, oh, 3, 3. 1, oh, 2, oh, 3, 3. 1, oh, 2, 3, 3. Okay, that's it. That's the whole song. Let's play it one more time, about the same speed. No reason to rush when you're learning a song, a new song. Slow is better. Every song. If I'm learning to play Bohemian Rhapsody, if I'm learning to play My Spaghetti Monster, if I'm learning to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, if I'm learning to play whatever, while my guitar gently weeps, I'm going to start slow. I'm going to always take time to really figure out what's in the song before I try to speed it up to the sound that I'm used to hearing on the radio. From the top, very slow. 1, 2, ready, play. Oh, 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 3, 3. Oh, 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 2, 2. Oh, 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 2, 3, 3. 1, oh, 2, oh, 3. 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 3, 1, 0, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so that's how the melody goes. That's what I need you to do. First off, play through the melody. Make sure you can get that out of your ukulele. Then, once that's going okay, then we're going to take a look at Tough Uke. And what Tough Uke does is it combines the chord and the melody at the same time so that it brings out the full sound of your ukulele and gives you a much more dramatic and beautiful presentation all the way around. So what I want to do is first put your ring finger on 3. Let's play the first measure in Tough Uke. It's the same as you just played in the melody line. So play that. O, 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 O. And then you have 0003 with a wiggly next to it. And that means glissando. That means I want your thumb to come down beautifully, just like a C. When you watch your ukulele, you play a C chord. Right now you're playing a C chord, but with your thumb slow and beautiful. Do 2 of those. Okay, let's play measure 3. It's O, 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 O. And then put your middle finger on the 2 and do a nice glissando here. Okay, measure 5. You got your zeros again. And then it's all zeros. Again. Then add your 2 on. Add your 3 on. And then bunny hop to the second string. Here's an important concept. When you come down, the string you're not going to play, in this case, you're not going to play the first string, your thumb's going to rest on that. So do that. Okay, and my thumb is physically resting on it. It's called a rest stroke, fancy name for it. And it's like it's sitting on a hammock, right? And just hanging out there. That way there's no possibility that this string goes off. Okay, that's why we do it, is just to make sure this string doesn't accidentally, we don't bump it and mess everything up. Okay, next we're going to play 1020 again, just same as the melody line. Go 1, 0, 2, 0. Put your 3 on the second string, a couple more rest strokes. Same exact thing in 11 and 12. Let's play it. Ready? Go. 13 is the same as melody. 1020, 1023, sorry. And then a nice glissando on the C chord, bottom string. Okay, that's the song. Okay, we're going to play it through 3 times. First time, just play just exactly what we played, nice and slow. 1, 2, ready, play. Strum, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, bunny hop, rest stroke, 2, 3, 4, 1, 0, 2, 0, little strum, 1, 0, 2, 0, little strum, 1, 0, 2, 3, big strum. Isn't that a pretty little tune? What's happening here, you got this C chord, that's a major chord. This C major 7 is a jazz chord. That's a cool chord. C6, wide open, is a Hawaiian chord. We don't run into that chord in music that often, but in Hawaiian music, you run into it regularly. And then the other cool thing, the 0003 thing, which we come into a bunch of times in this song, that's a rock power chord. It's a G chord technically, but there's no D in the bass, and so it becomes a G chord with a C in the bass, which is really an inverted power chord, so that the C and the G are the only two notes coming out. You got a G, a C, and a G. So those are your only two notes coming out of your ukulele. Very stable. If you were hooked to an amplifier, that would sound dramatically more urgent. I guess why they call them power chords. And you can't play a bad power chord. It's one of the other fun things about it. All right, now let's play it one through one more time. If you've been around a while, be thinking about playing this with a claw. Let me give you the example. Okay, so that's what you're thinking about is, hey, can I play this with my claw? And you don't have to do a rolled chord. You could just do, right, and just do block chords on that. So find your way of playing it. This is our last time through, and then we'll sing the song. Okay, 1, 2, ready, play. Oh, 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 strum, strum. Oh, 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 strum. Oh, 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 strum, strum. 2, 3, baby strum. 2, 3, 4. Okay, beautiful, right? Now, last way we play it is singing. We don't very often pluck a melody and did you go ahead and memorize it, Evelyn? Nice. It's one of these songs where people won't know the song, so that it's fun to sing it to them. Uh, and the sillier you are, I wrote these words. Feel free to change it into a different song if you want to. But if you are ever bored and you're like, I'm thinking, I need to know what the spaghetti monster is. There's this a guy who founded a spoof on religion, and he called it the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, and that's what inspired this song. So it's sort of a silly. It's supposed to be silly, and because of that, you can actually in Colorado they're required to let you get your driver's license photo with a spaghetti colander on your head, because this guy actually got this listed as a recognized religion in the United States. And in Denmark, they used to let them do it, and they finally said, no, we're not doing that anymore. You guys are just screwing around. And so they had a lawsuit, or either the Danish government, I think, said, nope, that's it. No more spaghetti colanders in your photos. And so let's go through. Let's play exactly what you just played. Okay. Evelyn has it memorized, which is exciting. And I do think you got to memorize this one. I do honestly do, because you want one song that sounds amazing that you can just play. From the top, I'll add the words in. 1, 2, ready, play. My spaghetti monster playing ukulele, flying through the rainbows with my heart. Go. Tasty marinara, yummy parmesans, we're Pastafarians. Goofy little song, but it's not really about the song, right? It's about the melody and the chords, putting those together. This is the day. This is the day you become an advanced ukulele player. The vast majority of players, 90 2% of them probably will never pluck out a melody, and they certainly won't combine it with chords and melody together. You have now entered into that very rarefied air where not very many ukulele players go. And most ukulele players, they buy it, they learn how to play Over the Rainbow, and then it ends up in the back of the closet. That's probably 80% of ukulele players. There's a small group that's like, yes, this is an awesome instrument, and those are the ones that like to sing, and they're busy doing their chords and strumming with a pick. I don't know why they use a pick, but some of them do. Um, and That's the other giant percentage of ukulele players. And then there's this little sliver of us way up in this weird area working on, I don't like singing. I just want to play, let the ukulele do all the work for me. And you now have a system that's going to work, that's going to make you sound amazing. And it's going to be more work, but every single day you're going to wake up and have something to do on your ukulele. That's rewarding and complicated and will make you sound, and some days it'll make you sound wonderful, and other days you will be like, I am going to have to take up bagpipes because this isn't going very well. All right, don't take up bagpipes. It's not as fun as you'd think. Well, it's probably way more fun than you think. I don't know. I don't play bagpipes. Let's play Danny Boy. Those now, for those of you who are newer, this is not for you. Okay, this is a book two song, and I'm not going to go into a ton of detail about it. Those of you that are working on getting more and more comfortable with chord melody and getting through all of this stuff, this is for you. Okay, so if you're brand new, don't worry about this. This is the next level type stuff. Um, Danny Boy, another world classic song that probably everybody ought to know how to play it on whatever instrument they happen to play. It's really beautiful. The challenge with this one is it goes very, very high at one note. There at measure 13, it drives me bananas, but you can't. So we're going to actually use the 12th fret here. Okay, I almost never arrange anything up to the 12th fret, but this one we have to. Okay, and so let's go through here and give it a try. If you are new and you're working on playing melody, this is a great opportunity to just play the melody and let it roll through like that. If you're a chord player, you got a B flat here right off the bat. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. Okay, so you have a B flat there waiting for you to ruin your life. We'll come back and we'll do it. Uh, First, I want to walk through the tough uke because most of you guys that are um, ready to tackle Danny Boy are dealing with tough uke as one of the things that you do. So let's walk through that. Let's walk through it. Okay, so the first thing is 0, 1, 3. Okay, if you're melody, you pluck a 0, but if you are chord melody, if you're tough uke, you grab your F chord and strum the whole thing. And if you are tough uke and you are working on your right hand skills, you might be playing it this with your claw. Okay, all of those are legitimate possibilities. Then you're going to use your ring finger to hit this 3. Then you're going to do that chord again. Melody players, just play the 0. Pinky up on 5. Slide the pinky back to your 3. Then hit the 0. Okay, now you have a B flat here, right? And this is the chord. If you're singing it, you have to play a B flat. Um, but you don't necessarily have to do that. You've got 2, 3, 3. So you could 3, 2, 3. Sorry, you could play it this way. Okay? You could just play that. Just play these two notes as part of the B flat and add your ring finger. And then you go grab the 1. Okay? If you put a B flat on, you're going to be putting your pinky there. Okay? So okay, and I would say I probably that you see the 3 on the tough uke underneath the tied 2s. I would probably not even play that. It's just an extra weird note that comes out. If you're on a low G, it sounds fine. On high G, it sounds a little weird. Hey Q, Q's been working on her harmonica, so she's late. And Linda's here for Danny Boy. Nice. Okay, so we are at measure 2. I would probably tend to play it as 3, 2, 3. And let that 2 ride. And then we're going to play 1, 0, 1, both melody and tough uke. Melody plays a 3, tough uke, you play your F chord with your pinky on the top. Okay, then a 5. Everybody gets a 5. melody, you're back to 3. And in this case, I would slide my pinky around. I think it's going to sound the best and have the least possibility for error. Um, and then you got your F chord with the 3, or melody, you're just the 3. O 1 O. Measure 4 is 3 on melody, or 003 for. Okay. And notice your chord is a C7. We don't ever actually touch that string, so it doesn't matter. It's a regular old C chord as far as I'm concerned. Okay, but when you're singing it, you want to use the C7 because it creates some tension there. 013. F chord again. 3. Another F chord. Sorry, goodness. 530. That same situation. 323. Okay, 013. F chord. Play the 1 and then 0. 313. And a nice F chord. Okay, then now 357. Go with your index finger. 3, 5, 7. Okay, and you know what you're up to here. You want your pinky on that 7 so you can slide it up and add the 5. Your bar on 5. Okay, and then bring it back to the 7s. And then, or you could probably put your ring finger there as well. Hey, Valerie. Glad you're here. We're on measure 9 of Danny Boy. So you've got your 8, 7, 7, 5, 3. Slide back with whatever finger to hit the 3. Hit the 5 with your pinky and then drag that back to get the at measure 10. F chord with your 3 on top again. 01. Has a D minor that sneaks in here, so I want to hit 2, 2, 1. 3, 5, 7 again. Slide up to 8, add the bar on 5. Couple of 7s. 5, 3, 0. Melody is a 3, and tough uke is 0, 0, 3. Okay, here's where that crazy 12 is. 3, 3, 3, 3. Now it's going to sound coolest if you just slide up there. Now be careful. You don't want to cut your finger open. If you haven't built your calluses yet, don't do that. Just play 3, 3, 3, 12. Okay? But if you've built your calluses, slide it up. Okay? And then give it a little wiggle. Whatever you do up here, give it a little bit of wiggle. That's the highest note in the song. We want it to have a little bit of drama, and so it's a beat and a half long. Okay? Just give it a little wiggle. You should get a tiny bit of vibrato out of your ukulele. Our instrument's not really set up for vibrato, but you get a little bit. Okay, then 2 10s. 8, 5, 8. And then F chord with the 3. Another little F chord. 0, 1, 3. F chord at 15. Pinky on 5. Slide it back to the 3. 0, 0, 3. 1, 2. O, and then F chord. Now you have a triplet here, and the purpose of the triplet is to get you to do exactly the same thing over a second time. But on the first time, remember, in the measure 0, we go do, Danny. Sorry, my nose is running. I hate doing that online. I think it's really weird, but what are you going to do? Your nose runs. In the pickup to measure number 1, we play quarter notes. Oh, Danny boy. But when we do the turnaround here at 16, we do triplet quarter notes, which is faster. But if you, so we're going to speed that up. It's a way to generate some energy to send you back to the top of the song. So if you haven't taken your yellow highlighter already, you need to put a yellow highlighter on measure 1 where the repeat is, so your eyeball tracks there. And then when you come to measure 16, you want to put a piece of highlighter at the front of 16 to say, hey, is this the first time through or the second time through? And so the first time through, you're going to do that turnaround relatively quickly and play the whole song again. The second time, you're not going to play 16, and you're going to play 17 and 18. And 17 is uh, right. So there's just an F chord, and you're just slowing it down, bum, 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 and then measure 18. Bar chord here, pinky up on 8, and that's it. Okay, so it's a beautiful tune. Pauline is right. We love this one. If you have any Celtic in you whatsoever, you will cry every single time you play this. I don't know why. It's that touching of a tune. All right. So let's play it through twice through. Let's play it whatever way you want to play it. If you play chords. But I'm going to go back. We're going to sing it one time through just so we can talk about the chords. But I'd rather have you play it melody if you are newer or if that's where your strength is right now. If you're working on Tough Youth, this is a chance for you to figure out which things are going to go well and which things are going to fall apart for you. Okay, from the top, twice through. One, I'm going to count it as 4, and then we're going to count that rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Oh, 1, 3. Okay, page 2. To the top. Measure 5, 3. Five, 7. Second ending. go. Just lovely, isn't it? Um, and so that's a piece. Once you once you understand Spaghetti Monster, you can play Danny Boy. Okay, that's what's exciting. Not easily, right? So now let's compare that, compare and contrast. Okay, that's what we are. That's where I want you to be. I want you to be able to sit down, play Danny Boy, maybe add a little bit of your own mustard and vinegar in there to make your own sort of adjustments to it to be your idea of what Danny Boy should sound like. Um, but you could also, if you're a singer, you would just use that as one of the ways you can play it. The other way is with chords. Let's run through those very quickly because it is important that you can play both ways. And the idea with playing the other way is that you are going to end up going down to the strum along in your neighborhood, or you're going to start a strum along in your neighborhood, and they are not going to want to play in that manner. They're going to want to sing and strum. They're really there to go out to lunch. That's really the purpose of getting together as ukulele players, to go get a beer and a piece of pizza. That's what we really do in ukulele. But you still want to be able to sing and strum along with everybody. Okay. Now, here's what we know. This song goes up to that note. Okay. My voice stops at this note. Okay. So in a minute, you're going to hear me say, "Oh, Danny boy." And it's not even going to be close. It's not even going to be close. Okay. Won't even be an octave below that, probably. All right. Let's see what we can do. F chord. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are. I want you to do a B flat with a full bar, then the A shape in front if you can. If not, use a partial bar. Okay. It was close. Jennifer. Boy, the are calling from Glen to Glen, back to your F chord, and down the mountainside. It sounds better with the C7. That's one of the challenges with playing chord melody. Sometimes you don't get to play the first string because the melody's somewhere else. This sounds awesome, doesn't it? The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow. Now, just when you get to a D minor, don't freak out. Just add your ring finger right underneath there. Or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. Oh, I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so. Okay, so that's how you would sing it. Um, and of course, the nice part about this song is it's very slow. And so you don't need to be in a rush. When you get together with a ukulele group, every single thing is fast. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, da, 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 da. And we do everything that way. But don't be that person. Okay? Try to slow them down on songs that are sad. And um, uh, with B flat, we've talked about this. Those of you guys that are newer, don't worry about this because we are going to have a whole B flat discussion at some point. But those of you guys have been around a while, you know how sick and tired you are of this. Okay, that's going to happen. Until that goes away, you have to be committed to this is how I play B flat. That's what I do. We are in the process of building the hand strength here. I have this weird little muscle that actually sticks up because I play ukulele, right? And so you've got to build that muscle. When you get it built, there it is. Okay, but in the beginning, that's what you get, and that's the way you play B flat right now. And let me give you a brief example of why that's okay. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you, must go and I must bide. Okay, you do not need to get your chords out of here. You can absolutely just, when you see a B flat, That might be flat for now until you get good at it, and be confident that this instrument is also a percussion item and will help you stay in where you're supposed to be. And if the chord comes out clunky, it comes out clunky. Don't lose sleep over it. All right, guys, that's enough for today. Your homework, right, is if you're newer, my spaghetti monster until you turn into a spaghetti, um, a bowl of spaghetti, until you put your plate. So many times you're like, well, I'm going to go look on the internet to figure out what the heck the my spaghetti monster thing is. It's the Flying Spaghetti Monster, the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, and it's a spoof on religion. Don't take it too seriously. And your job will play each day will play what the previous day's lessons. So today you're focused in on my spaghetti monster. Those of you guys have been around a while. You also have Santa Lucia posted, so you can go through and try playing that. Tomorrow we will play that one. What I'm hoping is that each day I'm going to tighten the lesson up for the new players, so that I talk less and really try to dial that in. To get it you solid on that, and those of you guys that are on repeat time through, to play either Danny Boy or Santa Lucia each day. That's my goal, is to play each of those. Because honestly, once we get through week one, where there's an awful lot of talking and explaining stuff, week 2 through 6 is obviously a lot more of just getting comfy with the system. So tomorrow we'll play that in Santa Lucia. It's already posted there for you. It's beautiful, beautiful tune. So it should be fun to work on. Lynn is like, yes. I would say Lynn. See, Lynn's in New Jersey, and there's a part of me that's like, I wonder if she's Italian. And then I'll see her last name, which is Fernandez, and I think she's probably not Italian. But who knows? Maybe Lynn has. And Italians, of course, when they hear Santa Lucia, they all weep, right? So. um, let's see who that's it, that's what I know, that's my um, uh, entire discussion. Guys, don't hesitate to send me emails. I do read every email. I don't necessarily have an opportunity to write all of you back, but let me know how it's going for you. If you're struggling on one thing or another, let's see, in these classes, like if you send me an email, it's like, man, I'm really fighting this one thing. Most of the time, I know what you're going to fight most of the time, and so we can talk about it. But like this morning when Lynn walked in, she says, "Hey, what about doing bar chords? Where should these knuckles actually be?" And I'm like, well, we don't want them back here. Probably don't need them out here. Probably just right dead straight on in plane with your fretboard. And so, that type of questions are stuff that I haven't talked about at all. And so it's a great opportunity for us to review. If you have that question, maybe it applies to other people as well. So, all right, that's it. Go out, do good. Okay. Part of doing good is being safe. That's what you're supposed to do. Be safe, then do good. Then practice My Spaghetti Monster, Oh Danny Boy, Santa Lucia. If you're fighting My Spaghetti Monster, go back and review Frere Jacques and your C, key of C scale. Those are great plays. Those are great reviews. And then that's your practice for tonight. And then remember, those of you guys that are doing orchestra Monday nights, it's orchestra. That's where you get bulletproof. I give you kind of hard songs, and we make you play fast. It hurts a little bit, but at the end you're kind of proud you did it. And then tomorrow we'll start with Santa Lucia. We'll move on to Three Blind Mice. It's another one that's just designed to get you into chord melody. By the end of this week, you will be a legit ukulele instrumentalist. So just stick with me. Keep showing up. That's important. And then at 1 o'clock, I don't know, what are we doing at 1? Oh, at 1 o'clock, we're doing the easiest song we've done actually, it's way easier than Danny Boy. So come sit in at the 1 o'clock session, the next session. And that's what I know. Okay. Subscribe and like if you haven't done that to the channel. And I will see all of you tomorrow. Let's see. What did we say? Oh yeah, see you in a few minutes, Linda. Brigitta, I will see you soon. Lynn, little boxes. That's the one. Yeah, it's not hard. You guys will be fine with it. So we'll see you there. And for those of you guys that are just getting started, you got your work cut out for you. I'll see you tomorrow.